Next at 7, a businessman murdered in his Daytona Beach jewelry store. How family and friends came together to pay their respects. Plus, 2 local religious groups on opposite sides of the abortion debate. What they want you to know before voting on Amendment 4 coming up.
Tonight's primetime lineup on WESH 2 is sponsored by Orlando Health Cancer Institute. Learn more at orlandohealth.com/cancer.
Local, live, late breaking. WESH 2 News starts now.
A seismic shift in the race for the White House.
I just think it's a little shocking at this stage of the game.
Voters across the country reacting to President Joe Biden ending his campaign for a second term.
I'm upset and I'm sad about it.
I was so happy when I heard it because I just don't think that he's up to it.
Setting up a Harris-Trump showdown this November.
Being the first black woman president, potentially, it was just very exciting for me.
The race to replace President Biden at the top of the Democratic ticket is shaping up tonight.
Biden and several top Democrats are publicly throwing their support behind Vice President Kamala Harris. WESH 2 anchor Summer Knowles joins us in studio breaking down how Biden's historic decision to drop out of the race drastically shifts the political world.
Well, guys, Vice President Kamala Harris's team is moving quickly on 2 fronts right now to shore up support for the nomination from fellow Democrats and to vet potential running mates. She made her first public appearance today praising President Biden's service. Now, Harris visited what is now her campaign headquarters in Wilmington, Delaware today to talk with staff. We'll continue to keep you posted as we learn more. Michelle, back to you.
All right. Thank you, Summer. And Vice President Harris is well on her way to becoming the Democratic nominee. The Associated Press is surveying the nearly 4,000 delegates who will choose the candidate, and Harris needs 1,976 delegates to secure the nomination. Based on the AP's count, she's already 2/3 of the way there. The AP is basing this on phone calls, emails, social media posts, and information from state parties. They say 210 out of Florida's 254 delegates are already backing Harris. And remember, this is an unofficial tally.
Local leaders from both major parties have their own takes on Vice President Harris taking over the reins from President Biden.
Right there with her. Our nation needs Vice President Harris right now, and I'm proud President Biden has the courage and wisdom to be that bridge, just as he promised he would do.
Democrats have also been coming to Biden's defense against calls for him to resign from office before the next president is sworn in.
I think that he's done the right thing, but it's not just about you're not fit to run for re-election. If you're not fit to run for re-election, you're not fit to run this country.
Florida Senator Rick Scott and House Speaker Mike Johnson have also called on Biden to resign. Former President Donald Trump has been posting to Truth Social all day, calling Biden the worst president in history and taking aim at Harris's work in the administration.
Trump's running mate, J.D. Vance, made his first solo campaign appearance in his hometown of Middletown, Ohio. The senator railed against pressure by Democrats for Biden to drop out.
The idea of selecting the Democrat Party's nominee because George Soros and Barack Obama and a couple of elite Democrats got in a smoke-filled room and decided to throw Joe Biden overboard, that is not how it works.
Vance called the move a threat to democracy.
President Joe Biden is not the first president to end his campaign for re-election, but he did it later than anyone else. Democrat Lyndon B. Johnson was the last president to end a bid for re-election. He made that announcement in a White House address in 1968 with 295 days left in his term. Before that, Harry Truman, also a Democrat, announced he would end his re-election bid in the spring of 1952, 297 days before the end of his term. Biden has just 181 days left in the Oval Office and left Democrats just weeks to nominate another candidate.
Biden's decision to drop his re-election bid has opened the donation floodgates for Harris's new campaign. Her campaign says it raised $81 million in the first 24 hours. That is double what Harris raised in her entire 2020 campaign and would be the highest single-day haul made by any candidate in presidential history. Big dollar donors are also expected to return after vowing to keep their checkbooks closed until Biden dropped out. But what about the millions of dollars people donated to the Biden campaign for president campaign? The campaign reported almost $96 million in the bank at the end of June. Harris's name was on that campaign account, and she has filed the paperwork to officially change the organization's name to Harris for President. So the money is hers. Republicans say that the move is illegal and the money has to be returned, but most campaign finance experts agree Harris is in the clear.
Despite the shakeup at the top of the ticket, it is full steam ahead for political groups to get people to the polls. The president of Metro Orlando's National Pan-Atlantic Council says members from the 9 historically black fraternities and sororities plan to be more aggressive with their mobilization this year.
And of course, all of this is unfolding 100 days until Election Day. WESH 2 is committed to keeping you informed of all of the updates. Be sure to download the WESH 2 News app or head to WESH.com for election alerts and information on our local races.
Let's take a live look right now at our first warning radar. Our senior meteorologist issuing an impact weather afternoon through 8 o'clock tonight for possible severe storms.
Cam Tran is in the Weather Center right now. And Cam, who has the best chances for seeing the rain?
It's mostly off to our west. We're seeing some very strong thunderstorms actually mostly west of I-4 this afternoon. You can see heavy rain right now over in Ocoee, Apopka, and even out towards Windermere. In fact, so much rain has fallen just in southwestern Orange County and also in southern Lake County that we do have a flood advisory in effect till 8 o'clock tonight. That's because 1 to 3 inches of rain have already fallen there already. Watching this particular thunderstorm that's pulsed up pretty quickly. Some very heavy rain with this just south of Wildwood and Lake Panasoffkee. This is actually meandering towards the west. A heads up for folks there along the I-75 corridor, especially near Lake Panasoffkee and Bushnell. You'll be dealing with heavy rain soon. We did have a bit of a hail core earlier that has since pulsed down though, so that's good news. And we're also seeing an outflow boundary from those thunderstorms off to the west, firing up new showers and thunderstorms right on the Lake and Orange Seminole County line. You can see heavy rain right now near Sorrento and Zellwood, and we could see a couple more thunderstorms firing up near Tavares and Ashtabula before that wraps up. 84 right now in Orlando. We're currently at 84 in Bethel, 80 in St. Cloud. Looking ahead, the rest of the evening, showers and thunderstorms will linger around. It's going to be a warm and muggy night, and then tomorrow morning we are expecting a humid start with more rain on the way for Tuesday. I'll show you when we'll see that widespread rain for your Tuesday afternoon coming up.
Cam, thank you. Lawmakers grilled the Secret Service director today on Capitol Hill.
Director Kimberly Cheadle said the assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump is the biggest operational failure of the Secret Service in decades.
A 22-year-old man is dead after police say he was shot trying to complete an online sale.
This happened on West 3rd Street in Sanford Saturday night. WESH 2's Dave McDaniel has some new information on the investigation and how to best protect yourself when completing a transaction.
New information tonight about how a well-known businessman in Daytona Beach was shot and killed. Police say Gus, the owner of Volusia Gold, Diamond and Loans, was shot in the head by a customer during an argument Friday. Friends and family say he was funny, kind, and generous.
Anybody that would come up here, he made sure if somebody had an anniversary and they didn't quite have enough money, he would adjust it.
You feel bad for his family, but I feel bad for the community because we are the victims of a senseless crime.
A store employee shot the accused murderer, 83-year-old John Krager. He is facing murder and attempted murder charges. Abortion is on the ballot this November.
And religious groups are taking sides. We're talking to groups fighting both for and against Amendment 4 and their message to voters.
Plus, batteries made to last 45 days are getting extra use on Boeing Starliner. What happens now that the crew is getting an extended stay at the space station?
Thrill makers in Paris. Gretchen Walsh first made a splash in the pool in Greenwich, Connecticut before moving to Nashville as a teen. She then found her lane at the University of Virginia, becoming a swimming sensation.
Walsh, she did it! 25.11, new American record.
Now she's closing in on Paris Gold. The Paris Olympics, brought to you locally on NBC by Nissan, supporting college athletics across the country.
This First Warning Weather Update is sponsored by attorney Dan Newlin.
Religious groups say a lot is on the line with Amendment 4, which would limit government interference with abortion.
WESH 2's Haley Crumblehome heard from groups on both sides of the issue about what they are doing to advocate for their stance ahead of the election. We have a full breakdown of Amendment 4 and the other ballot questions on our website and mobile app under the Commitment 2024 tab. Today marks 46 days since Boeing Starliner crew docked at the International Space Station.
The spacecraft's batteries were set to be good for a maximum 45 days, though. Starliner has been plagued with issues, including 2 scrubs before launch, as well as helium leaks and thrust failures after takeoff. NASA and Boeing say that the batteries are performing well and the capsule is safe to stay past that window at the ISS.
Would they like this to be behind them? I'm absolutely sure of that. But I would share with you, I haven't heard anybody that's, overly concerned if it took another week or 10 days or so.
Here on Earth, engineers from Boeing and NASA have been running tests on the thrusters to get an idea of what went wrong during the flight to the ISS. They have said that the astronauts would be safe to return home at any point if needed. NASA has not given a return date.
All right, this is all the rage. A lot of people are talking about this on social media over the weekend. Dirty rain in Florida. But what exactly is dirty rain? Well, it's referring to rain falling through a layer of Saharan dust that's in our atmosphere over central Florida. Rain falling through Saharan dust may make for dirty cars, but the dust itself also causes allergy problems for some.
I'm the some. It's horrible.
Oh, are you sensitive to it?
Are you kidding? I'm like, my left eye just cries all day. I just
hear all this. Sunsets, Michelle. The sunsets.
Yeah, they are pretty nice. Yeah.
Yes, it does create beautiful sunsets, but it also affects a lot of people who have respiratory issues, causes allergies, and it also makes that little tinge on your car after it dries. Like that's why it's not a scientific term, dirty rain, but.
That's what we'll call it.
Oh, yeah, I guess
it ain't clean rain, to say that much.
It's not something that we see in our AMS dictionary. Let's just put that way. Anyways, let's go ahead and take a live look outside. We are seeing rain, and yes, some of it is quote-unquote dirty, and that's because we still have some Saharan dust over us, but this will eventually move out by early week, and we will see it clear out by Wednesday morning, and then we will start to see some improving conditions for folks who are allergic to it, hence you, Michelle. Live look outside, you can see that rain shaft just southwest of the theme park district. All that rain that we saw this afternoon, especially for areas west of Orlando, really helped cool this down. We're currently at 82 right now, Kissimmee. We're at 84 in Orlando. Still seeing some lingering showers and thunderstorms, but they're starting to wane. In fact, they're not as strong as what we saw earlier today. Still some heavy rain near Ocoee, though, and we're also seeing it near Oak Ridge. So much rain has fallen in this area, particularly in southwestern Orange County into southern Lake County, that a flood advisory remains in effect till 8 o'clock tonight. About 1 to 3 inches of rain have fallen there, and a flood advisory remains in effect till 7:45 for far southeastern Marion County, including the Ocala National Forest. We did have a strong thunderstorm just south of Wildwood. That has now weakened, and it's meandering west-southwest towards Lake Pennsauken and Bushnell. Moderate to light rain right now in Leesburg, and we're also seeing this outflow boundary that's about to collide with these thunderstorms right over Zellwood and Apopka and Sorrento. That could fire up another batch of showers of thunderstorms right along the Lake Orange County line there for you folks. So lingering storms through the evening, especially after sunset. And then as we go into the overnight hours, things will clear on out and dry on out. And we are expecting a very warm and muggy start to your Tuesday morning. Starting off in the mid to upper 70s tomorrow, it will be warm and muggy. Highs tomorrow in the low 90s. So it will be another hot one, but not as hot as where we were this afternoon. Here's a look ahead at your Central Florida certified most accurate forecast. Keep the umbrellas handy tomorrow. It's going to be a wet one out there, and then slightly lower rain chances by mid to late week. High rain chances do return to the upcoming forecast for the weekend, though. Rain covered around 60 to 70% for the upcoming weekend, with highs slightly cooler into the low 90s. But we are tracking a few lingering storms through about 8:30 tonight, and then things will quiet down in the overnight hours. Back to you guys.
All right, Kim, thank you. Access Hollywood is coming up next on WESH 2.
Let's send things over to Mario Lopez in Hollywood with the preview.
Well, tonight, Access begins our incredible Olympics coverage from Paris as we count down to Friday's opening ceremony with unprecedented access. And we're going to start off strong with Snoop Dogg as he arrives in Paris for his special reporting. But you got to see our fitting French surprise for the original DOGG. Then we're taking you to the 3 most iconic landmarks being used as venues for the games: the Eiffel Tower, Versailles, and the River Seine. Add to that our major exclusive with Elmo as he packs for Paris and reveals which athlete he's most excited to see.
Closed captioning is sponsored by Shark Coatings.
It's Olympic week. The wait finally over. 4 days to go into the Olympic cauldron is lit in Paris. Opening ceremony happening this Friday right here on WESH 2. And Team USA made a major announcement ahead of the opening ceremony.
That's right. Basketball legend LeBron James will be the male flag bearer. Teammate Steph Curry made this announcement this morning in Paris. And after a down-to-the-wire game winning layup by James, this gave Team USA the edge over South Sudan in a heated warm-up. James saying it is just an honor to represent Team USA.
Something that my family and my community and my friends is something that will live on forever, and super appreciative and super humble about it.
The female flag bearer is expected to be revealed tomorrow, and the excitement for the Paris Games is all building as Team USA members share their journeys to the Olympic Village on social media. The athletes are getting customized merchandise for their trip, and the city itself is ready. Venues are set up, and an Olympic playground is open for the fans to actually try out Olympic sports.
I don't know the timing of when the gymnastics begin, but I gotta feel like Simone Biles has to be the female flag bearer.
Oh, you think they're going to do that? We'll find out tomorrow. She would be obviously a fantastic pick. I mean, she's a champion coming back.
She might be the greatest gymnast she is the greatest gymnast of all time. It's got to be in consideration.
And I just think it would make her feel good after how the last one ended for her. So
we'll find out tomorrow.
Okay, fingers crossed.
All right, while the opening ceremony is not until Friday night, athletes will start competing before that. The Olympics officially kick off with 2 men's soccer matches on Wednesday. Rugby, handball, archery, and shooting action will also begin before the opening ceremony. First full day of action and the first medals will be awarded Sunday, though, right here on WESH 2.
And
WESH 2 is your home for the Olympics. You can cheer for Team USA and all the athletes as Michelle Imparato and I host our WESH 2 Olympic Zone live from Universal Orlando Resort. It all starts this Saturday. We have several stories we're following for you tonight.
Summer Knowles is joining us in studio with a preview. Hey, Summer.
Hey, guys. People who speed in Leesburg school zones could end up getting tickets in the mail soon. The big decision tonight by city leaders on whether to move forward with school zone cameras. Plus, after Sanford police were able to solve a decades-old cold case, we're now hearing from the victim's son why he says the suspect's arrest has left him unnerved. All that and much more tonight. Back to you.
Summer, thank you. That does it for now. Be sure to join us again at 10 on the CW18 and 11 o'clock here on WESH 2.
And the news is always on WESH.com and the free WESH 2 News mobile app. Have a great night.
Thank you for watching WESH 2 News. Get caught up on local news, originals, and more. Download the Very Local app and stream for free on Amazon Fire TV, Roku, iOS, and Android mobile devices.
The Olympic Zone.
Live from Universal Orlando Resort.
Join us each night during the Paris Olympics.
For in-depth coverage of the games.
The highlights.
Medal count.
And a behind-the-scenes look at what's happening from Paris.
Plus, follow our own local athletes on their quest to win gold. We are thrilled to be hosting the Olympic Zone.
Live from Universal Orlando Resort. Are you ready for the games?
We are.
Beginning Saturday at 7:30. Brought to you on WESH 2 by Advent Health. This is Kellyanne. She's your morning meteorologist and Central Florida's certified most accurate.
No matter the forecast, I've got your day covered.
Start your day with meteorologist Kellyanne Class and WESH 2 First Warning Weather.